Okay, so we got to talk about this Diablo 4 patch, 2.0.3, right?
Right.
This is not just some bug fixes. This is a whole thing.
Oh, yeah, they went deep.
Blizzard went deep. They redid loot, classes, like quality of life stuff we wouldn't believe.
It's true. This is way beyond what you normally see in patch notes. Like, they're changing how the entire game works at a fundamental level.
And we get it. Nobody's got time to read all this stuff. So think of us as your cheat sheet to figure out this update.
Absolutely.
We're diving deep into what you need to know to dominate. So first up, always got to start with it, the loot.
Of course. It seems like Blizzard actually heard us this time. There's a huge emphasis on making rewards feel rewarding, especially in those higher torment levels, where it really matters.
Yeah, you don't want to find a perfect aspect early on and then your ancestral gear is like,
Exactly. They fixed that max rolls on aspects. Those are ancestral only now.
Makes it feel like that climb through torment actually matters.
It makes the entire journey worth it, right?
Oh, yeah. It's not just the destination, it's
Exactly.
the journey. And speaking of journeys, infernal horde events. Loot got a makeover, major makeover.
They were fun, sure, but the loot was kind of before. Right now, guaranteed legendary from the council boss, ancestral legendary in that greater chest.
Love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
And while they were at it, they made those chests consume all your aether at once.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. No more clicking for 5 minutes straight just to open the chest.
Huge quality of life right there. It's the little things.
The small things make a big difference.
Absolutely. It's about making the demon slaying experience, smooth.
Efficient.
So,
Speaking of smooth, let's talk about runes and this crafting overhaul. This is a big one.
huge.
It's a big one. Mythic uniques, how you craft them, totally different.
It's like they took two systems, mashed them together, made it elegant.
Streamlined, yeah.
You got options now. Feeling lucky? Boom. 2 resplendent sparks, random mythic, done. But maybe you're like me, you're a little more
Targeted, a little
Yeah.
more focused in your approach.
Precisely. You want that item.
Yeah.
So you still need the sparks, but now it's a specific set of runes for that item.
Which means runes just became way more important.
Oh, yeah, and Blizzard knows this. Guaranteed drops from campaign bosses, whispers, even world bosses. This wasn't just, let's change crafting. It's the entire loot system around it.
Smart.
Genius.
Runes are way more important now, so how'd they change how they work?
So it's not just crafting. Remember elites? How they could just wreck you with the wrong damage?
Oh, tell me about it. One bad elite affix and my hardcore character's toast.
Yeah, well, now those elite affixes scale more predictably with world tier. Still got to be smart, but less gotcha moments.
Much appreciated. Especially since common items stopped dropping at level 10, no more junk. But okay, you teased class changes. What about my Y classes, the ones I actually play? Any love there?
No class was left untouched, I'll tell you that. Paragon board's got a huge rework. Skills are different. It's a lot.
Hit me with the highlights. Sorcerer, let's say. What's the big news?
Big news. That fundamental release Paragon node. Now you're basically a walking elemental storm, especially if you like swapping between fire, cold, lightning damage. Every hit with a different element, boom, more damage.
So build variety is back on the menu.
Exactly. Blizzard wants us experimenting, not just going with whatever's the flavor of the month, like barbarians, that whole always berserk thing, gone. Unconstrained, now it's about being smart with your berserker rage.
Hitting things smarter, not just harder.
Exactly. And hey, remember Oculus rings for sorcerers, the teleport ones?
Oh yeah, fun for mobility, but damage wasn't really there.
No. They replaced teleport size with chance for teleport to deal double damage.
Oh, it's a teleporting nuke now. Okay, I see you, Blizzard. Any other uniques in get that treatment?
Oh yeah, plenty. Flame Scar, another sorcerer one. Incinerate size is gone, replaced with, you guessed it, chance for Incinerate to deal double damage. Incinerate builds are BB.
I love it when they make old items relevant again.
Right. It's not just uniques, though. Legendary aspects, too, like aspect of splintering energy for sorcerers. Cooldown now, BUT, more damage for each time it didn't trigger while on cooldown.
Interesting. Less spam, more planning.
Exactly. Choices matter. Like the Paragon system itself, it's almost entirely rebuilt.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels totally different now.
Every node matters. It's
Right.
not just about finding the one true path anymore.
Thank goodness. Theory crafting is half the fun. What else did they sneak in? This update's huge.
So while we're on the topic of impactful choices, ultimate skills.
Wait, they're not just one and done anymore.
Not quite. You can pump up to 5 skill points into them now. Different ranks, bonus effects.
Oh, that changes everything. No more holding on to your ultimate forever. Got to integrate it into your build now.
And get this, They even made the boss ladder better for those who want to target farm-specific uniques.
So, Harlequin Crest, you want it.
You know exactly which boss to fight. No more hoping for a lucky encounter. Even the summoning materials are easier to get.
It's like they want us to have nice things.
Right.
Okay, before we go full loot goblin mode, you mentioned difficulty scaling earlier.
Right. So they definitely made the game harder overall. More monster health, elites hit harder.
But not in a totally random, unfair way, right?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
It's more consistent now, especially in higher Torment. They actually moved intensity scaling into Torment itself.
Wait, intensity scaling? Like difficulty on top of the difficulty?
Basically, higher
Yeah.
Torment, more aggressive enemies, everything hits harder, tests your build to the limit.
Intense.
It is, but that's Diablo, right? Overcoming those odds, becoming a demon-slaying machine. That's the good stuff.
And to make our lives easier while we do it, they threw in a bunch of quality of life changes too.
Tons. Inventory's better, new keybinds, tooltips actually make sense now. Even the sound design got an upgrade.
It's like they're reading our minds. Speaking of which, more character slots.
Finally. No more deleting characters just to try a new build. Oh, and dodge chance, it can't hit 100% anymore.
Which, honestly, is good for the game.
Right. Forces you to actually think about defense, not just stacking dodge forever.
Makes the game more interesting in the long run.
Absolutely. And on top of all that, they squashed a ton of bugs. Performance is smoother. This is a polished game now.
It's like they took Diablo 4, cranked it up to 11, and then gave it a fresh coat of paint.
Not a bad way to put it.
So where does this leave us? Loot's been shaken up, classes are doing crazy new things.
Intense doesn't even begin to describe the difficulty anymore. It's a whole new ballgame.
It's a whole new sanctuary, and that's where you come in. What kind of builds are you going to cook up with these new toys?
The old meta. Out the window. This is about pushing the limits, coming up with strategies nobody's thought of yet.
Yeah, this isn't about following the old guides. It's about writing new ones. Experiment, share your builds. Let's break this thing wide open.
Exactly. We might be guiding you through these notes, but you're the ones out there actually fighting the demons. Make your mark on Sanctuary.
Who knows what'll happen? What new builds will dominate? It's a clean slate. It's kind of amazing.
Right.
I am so excited to see what the future holds for Diablo 4. You can tell Blizzard is listening. They're adapting. They're pushing the limits of what this game can be.
And that's what makes it such a great time to be a Diablo player. So get out there, mess around with these changes, and most importantly, have fun.
Sanctuary is waiting. Until next time, may your loot be legendary and your Paragon boards never ending.